So
like just like
it's just ours.
Just long range communications and stuff. But that does work off of
So we can communicate amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else around the city works, but well, how about other forms of communication around the city that is long range?
Call for pizza.
Yeah, it works.
South side.
So I can call the Inquisitor with another form of communication other than ours.
If you knew his number.
What? Of course I know his number.
No, you don't.
I'm just trying.
No.
He doesn't have another form of communication within the complex.
Oh.
There is, yeah, like...
So it's targeting us.
It could be.
I think they're targeting us. Because everything else works except for our stuff. So they have to be targeting
Roll me
us.
an intelligence.
2.
Have you tried contacting the rest of your party from this distance?
No.
Maybe you should try.
I'm going to try to contact my party.
You get through.
So yeah, they're targeting. I can call the rest of the
we
party.
might not be in the same dimension anymore.
Kansas.
Just so you know.
What you're trying to tell me is
What I'm trying to say
What I'm saying
is that you're a dipshit.
I'm sorry that my character is an administrative and doesn't know much about alternate
It's a whole
dimensions.
similar to what Alex went through. Okay?
You know, I'm going to give you one more thing with that.
Because I rolled
This
a
is
crit, yeah.
not... Like, so when you go into the warp, and for like a warp jump, this is not the same static that comes from trying to contact someone in the warp.
It's not the same static.
No.
So that tells me we're in another dimension.
No, the warp is another dimension.
No.
The warp is the only
So
other
we're in
dimension.
warp.
No.
In warp,
The static that you would get trying to contact the Inquisitor if he was in the warp right now is not that static that you're hearing trying to contact him now.
So it's just weird.
It's just...
warpy static.
No,
Yes.
not warp.
it's not warp.
It's not warp.
You're just.
It's just static.
It's just a static.
Something's effed up, man. I don't know what it is.
Did she?
It probably
word
would
that
just
starts
try
with
to
F.
So-
contact.
I can.
Does anybody have eidetic memory?
I always take eidetic memory, but I don't see it.
Does anyone know what the fuck is going on?
I really want to give you guys a hint, but I can't.
Custom grip. Dude, I always get eidetic memory. How
What's
do
on
I
your
not
talents
have
and
it?
traits?
Huh?
Let me see your character sheet.
I can weapon training.
I do
solid
not have
control.
eidetic memory because
Why wouldn't I get that? That's the best thing to have.
What is that?
We're freaking in.
Total recall.
you know
You remember everything.
you know who does.
We're investigators. We're investigators. All
Actually,
of us should
pass
have
me the
it.
Dark Heresy book. I don't even know if it's in Dark Heresy.
That's probably why I don't have it. Damn.
It should be.
Eidetic memory should be a must. Always get eidetic. We're in another dimension.
We don't know that.
I'm in the bathroom.
I'm pretty sure we're in
You got
another.
yourself sucked into an alternate dimension.
No, you too. We sucked you in.
Because we can all communicate with each other. Everything in the city works, but we can't contact the Inquisitor. So that
All
probably means
got
we're in another
sucked when
dimension.
we went through the hole.
It's not in here.
No,
Huh.
no, it's not.
I guess we don't, because I
Because
always
we're
grab it. Every
Yeah,
time.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like, no matter
that
how
wasn't
much
our
it
fault,
costs, I'm
it's
like, I
yours
want.
fault.
Okay,
perfect memory.
you rolled a 2. I'll fucking give it. The last thing that Inquisitor said he was going to go check out before you guys left was the forge.
So the thing in the west?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what that tells me. Everyone else is like, oh, okay, I get it. And I'm like, no, I don't get that.
Okay, out of character to you, maybe the tech priests are doing something.
Yeah,
They're demons.
Constructing something they
Should not be.
Because, okay, so on the planet where they're setting up the forge used to be a giant ocean, which they've cemented over to make their factories on top of.
That's nice.
So,
They dropped a chemical in the ocean and turned it into cement.
yeah. So, the last thing the Inquisitor was doing before you guys went to the Northern Hivestack was that he was going to go and check out something at the Tech Priest Forge.
He could just be dead.
Most
He's
likely.
straight up dead.
Yeah. Well, it was nice knowing him. He was a good boss. Saved him from the
Alright, my character will get on the comms. Something just ain't right here.
That's a funny feeling.
Let's all regroup. And we'll compare
Yes.
knowledge.
You guys can contact each other perfectly fine.
Alright.
So we all regroup, however long that takes.
Okay.
Does anyone know how to drive a vehicle? 'Cause I think I do.
I give you your blank book, sir.
I don't have
There you
a
All right, we sit down. Let's compare notes from what we know.
Do that.
Where did we regroup?
We back at the same
I'm assuming I didn't.
where we were investigating, where we killed the two crazy.
Now, you
greedy
guys
monsters.
did get a hotel room in the Northern Hivestack.
Okay, we go to the hotel room.
Yeah. It's the
Should we leave this place unguarded? No.
No, yeah, we just go back to the chaos place. And besides, you're not done investigating the smelling room.
No, I don't think shut and close. But I'll open and close.
All right, so we're all together now.
the smelly floor in the case.
Are we all back together? That's all I want.
I heard how I was actually acting like a character. I'm so proud of myself.
So
This
Let's-
feels like two separate things to me.
If
let's compare what we
Oh
know.
my god, this bread is delicious. Holy shit.
Let's compare what we know. I know who Amelia Pokin is. You know, so we all know there's demon-y things going on. We all know she was famous for having followers. We know that the tech priests are creating forges. We know that's where our Inquisitor was investigating.
And that's how far away?
We know that all
Several
these
days
have to be
to
connected
the
in
east.
some way.
West. I'm sorry.
This feels like two separate things that are somehow connected. Not
Yeah,
connected,
we
even,
need to-
they just we stumbled over them.
We need to connect them somehow.
The fellow with the clones, and then this whole chaos thing. I feel like these are two separate problems that are occurring within close proximity of one another, but they are not necessarily related. They could be.
You guys are so close. I want to tell you so badly.
They could be constructing a cloning factory in the west.
It is possible because there are sections. I'm pretty sure my character would know this, with being him in Ministratum, that there are tech priests who study more about the human body as a machine than there are. Than
You're
the
probably
action
not very
machines.
well versed in it, but you are familiar that there's a sect of tech priests that do that.
I don't know what are they called. They're called
Something of the pure body.
my character will say I don't know much about it, but there are sects of tech priests who care more about the human body as a machine than they do about the machine.
so let me speak was it heresy.
Heresy.
Continue.
Oh, your character says heresy.
I'm assuming Wes would be saying heresy since he's
We
robots.
really think that there's a sect of tech priests that is doing something
No, I
radical
know.
over there?
Well,
They're
it's
considered.
possible.
Okay, I'll tell you this, and you'll probably know this, aware, because they have a very strong connotation. That sect is generally considered fringe heretical.
It's considered heretical.
Fringe. So it's not
So they're not heretical.
entirely heretical, but they have a lot of things that are like,
Like, be
maybe
careful.
that's
Like,
heresy.
you're towing the line, basically.
Yeah,
They are.
they're walking the line.
Often considered on the fringe of heresy.
What we're seeing here is outright demon worship.
Outright demon worship.
demon. They like skinny people. Hopefully.
So
dead.
demons, clones,
Harpies.
Amelia, sketchy tech priests.
I
All
will
this
remind
is-
you this.
All of
Do you guys
this-
remember the guy who there's a whole bunch of different clones of down in south, the southern Hivestack? He was Fane Lesperus, with what he claimed. When you guys came to Northern Hivestack and came to the museum, which you got to get the lead to where this hotel room was, you learned that Svain Lesbros died hundreds of years ago. And he was one of the leaders of the world before the Imperium came over.
Question.
Oh, I got pieces I got put together now.
Do harpies, would I know whether or not they tend to manifest physically?
They are the easiest to manifest in the physical realm.
No. If they were, for example, to wear a suit of human skin, could they pass?
You could no.
Alright,
No.
so
Their mouth, like their head is very elongated, and they have huge, sharp teeth.
Okay, that's why I was wondering if that.
If they were if you dress them up in clothing, like they still have feathers, you could very clearly tell that they were not human. Like they have backward jointed knees.
Separate question.
did you say her?
Dark script. Is it more dangerous or less dangerous to look at with my second sight than with my actual eyes?
Probably more dangerous. Because you could look into it and see the meaning behind the words without understanding what it is. Like the reason why he got the words, and the reason why he got the words is because he had such a good awareness that he got the feeling of what it was. So he wasn't actually reading the script, but the script was communicating with him what it was written.
Cool.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
No matter how
So
crazy.
you guys didn't actually read the dark script and
it was
understand
like
it.
it was telling.
It was like you're reading it and someone is whispering into your ear what it was saying.
And even my ass.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool, even though it's deep.
Alright, so have them now.
I need to determine something. I roll willpower to see whether or not I can muster the courage to do this. I cannot.
Have you mentioned herpes at all? Because I'm trying to figure out if they're similar to the statues on my home. Because they're similar.
You do not.
Unless you asked him what the statues were, he wouldn't just tell everyone.
Oh,
That's fine.
what are the statues?
They appear to be a representation, however glorified, of a harpy, which is a lesser demon.
I
So,
figured
alright,
as much.
Even the ones that are similar to mine. Because which one was the harpy?
And-
The big one?
Hold on, here's a good question. Oh, you know what? In my data that I have, can I cross-reference Amelia and harpies and demons?
I'm sorry, you just put something that said don't touch this, and put them in search.
You can try. I mean, unless you roll like godlike several times, you probably will run into the same problem that you did before.
No. Do you know anything with the smaller statues?
Do you want me to roll twice?
The smaller statues are harpies.
If you fail the first one, then don't roll the second.
Very good.
So you cross-reference it, and you just come up to a bunch of red walls saying,
Figured.
error, you need better classification, your IP has been written down and we're watching you, type things.
Got it.
The guy
Like,
that-
don't poke into this anymore. We know what you're looking for and we don't like that.
The big statue and the little statues were of the same thing, right? They were all harpies. Yeah, all harpies.
The big one was just way more intricate and way more detailed.
So I'm trying to figure out that connection.
So, okay, they look similar to you.
Right.
Did you describe how they look normally?
Oh, great.
They didn't ask me about that.
Fine, I'll play this game of role playing. The smaller statues look familiar to me, and you know the difference.
Well, they are a generic kind of demon, not one that is connected to any particular chaos god. It is possible they've manifested in many different worlds, and therefore their likeness can be found in many different places. These are not as they would normally appear. This seems to be trying to make them look more beautiful. Normally they would be more monstrous, lacking skin.
Could there be any relation between these lesser demons and Amelia Pokken?
Unless it could vary, since we're on the talk of
To my
demon
knowledge.
worshipping, that's a complete possible train of thought.
As far as everything that you look up on Amelia does not say anything about her cult being related with demon worship. Just that it was a cult. Not a cult of chaos, just a normal cult.
Well, what was the cult worshipping though?
Nothing.
They just followed Amelia.
It was just a cult following, yeah.
They just liked Amelia.
Basically.
So there's just no evidence that we know of that doesn't have red flags.
There is no recorded evidence that her cult was associated with
doesn't have
demon
red
worship.
flags.
To what?
That doesn't have red flags.
Yeah.
That also doesn't mean anything.
You will know that probably what the red flags were was just looking up information related to demons.
Okay.
That's something that the Imperium very, very hard has a very, very hard crunch on.
Got it.
Because the more people that are aware of demons, the stronger demons become.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So we made it stronger.
So yeah, the Imperium is very, very like, we're not going to let this information out for anyone less than an Inquisitor. And even Inquisitors would have to kind of like go through
It's like
15 different hoops.
a need to know basis, basically.
Basically.
The
Which you
reason-
guys have a very good edge on because you guys are Malleus. So if the Inquisitor were to ask, he would have a much easier time getting the information. But because you guys are just underlings and just a part of his retinue.
They're not just going to kind of give us that.
Right, they're not just going to give you the information.
Okay. Alright, so there's no connection. Now, how about. What about the robots what we fought earlier was goo? Do we know what those were?
I haven't gone to the lab yet to analyze.
And I'm guessing we don't have any lab equipment over at our hotel.
So they're just solid goo?
Yeah, they were just goo.
We're just, or even, I cannot tell at this point any mechanical.
They were not mechanical whatsoever.
So, is it possible?
Roll me a knowledge.
Knowledge work?
Yeah, this is for Travis.
Oh.
I will specify.
I was about to say, like, I'll take negatives to that knowledge.
That's a 51 out of 44.
Okay. Rolling intelligence.
Me?
Just Travis again.
That's a 27.
Okay. You have never come across a psychic power this way, but you can guess that because both of the bodies were tethered to somebody, that this was a psyker who was manipulating these bodies.
And they're not related to the clones that were gooey clones.
This is not a technology.
I didn't think so.
Maybe they're liquefying the skin and imbuing it with psychic powers to reanimate it.
Sexual energy.
No, because they.
Actually,
The,
I would actually love to go back to the labs, analyze the goo and the rest of the stuff they found, and see if the murders and the goo people are actually related.
It's a several-day journey. We need to make sure we're done here before we leave.
Yeah, this is why I grabbed all the evidence I could.
I need the names from the other coffins.
Okay, I'll go back in the room.
Roll me willpower.
As a reaction of me, I'll rate.
range.
Nope. Never mind.
You get to the door, you open it, and you just kind of freeze. Like, your whole being is like, I don't want to go in there.
You want to tell the number?
What was the number?
I rolled an 85 out of the 30.
You're just, you open the door, and it's just like a dawning of, I would have to go back into the room. Fuck that shit.
You also feel the need to shit yourself.
Yeah, closing the
Fuck
door.
that shit, I'm out.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
And
And I say-
go, wait, I actually need to go back in there and get the freaking thing because job's worth doing.
If you
It's
want to
worth
take
dying.
time and kind of steal yourself, I will give you a bonus, but it will take you time to
I
steal
will.
yourself.
I'll be at the door. I'll sit down. I'll go into a meditative space.
I will.
Okay.
And then battle rage.
I will. I will give
Okay.
him
I'll let you
emotional
do that.
support.
So
You got this. You're a hoss. You're a hoss. Chaos doesn't mean shit to you. Just give him a right hook. Bob and weave. Bob and weave.
I don't know.
You think I'm kidding? My character's like, you okay?
No, I'm joking. Yeah. Yeah.
no, that's how you. That's how
I'll
you
let you give him support. I'll give him bonus on the next test.
Don't worry.
I'll
Actually, I'll go with him so that be moral support together.
Okay, you will also have to make a willpower.
Yeah, so before I go into battle rage, I'll just be.
Oh, great. My
doing
willpower is
calming
like shit.
pre-war meditations like I did back on the front lines.
Oh, dear Lord. 7 degrees of failure.
Your body refuses to go into
No, I'll help you out. Never mind. I won't fuck that shit. I'm out.
I grab your hand. Fuck that shit, man. Very first.
What you roll this time, Joey?
No, right now I'm just meditating. So,
Yeah,
My
so
character
like
just kind of sits
15,
back down.
20 minutes will pass.
No,
You're just
so
kind of
then
like
I'll
stealing
go,
yourself to get ready to
and
get
at the
in.
end of it, I'll go into battle rage to get into battle readiness, and then
I love how you battle.
Will you say a prayer to the Emperor?
yeah,
Okay.
multiplayer because he's the reason why I live today. Well, it still sucked.
What'd you roll?
I rolled 48 out of 46. Unless
You steal yourself enough.
well, let me double check and see if it's 20. If not, because it I think it's slightly higher on willpower, but I'm not sure. I don't think it is. But I could be.
Even if you get higher, you will be able to steal yourself enough to force yourself in there.
Okay.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
Only a willpower.
93.
You will go in the. Are you gonna dominate him?
I rolled a 3.
I rolled an 8. I have 8 degrees of failure.
I look up at you and just say, support your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will. He will give you the courage you need to go back in the room.
Yeah,
I immediately, as he says it, I immediately go,
You still.
the Emperor is with me. And I crawl through the space.
That he is. That he is.
Alright, I'm crawling through the space.
I grab your hand.
I'm not going through there. Fuck that.
Joey grabs my hand.
It's like, no, you need to stay here with me.
Like Zach just looks you dead in the eyes and just like, I'm gonna fucking go in there. Don't try that on me.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not going in there either. And then I'll pull up my sleeves and show you my forearms, where they've got bruised handprints on them.
Yeah.
Those are the demons that grabbed me.
It's a demon. I'm holding one of those in my axe.
Demon cult
In the other
investigation complete, I call it.
I kind of want this game and the other game to merge at some point. Hey Chris, what should happen is you and Wes should come join forces, and like while
You
we're
know what would be really
investigating,
fun
we run
is-
into our group.
And then we die?
Yeah,
We
this
die.
group will just be obliterated.
Because we're inquisitors.
No, we won't fight each other. Well, I guess since
Okay,
we're
okay, okay.
prisoners.
First of all, Jordan,
The
one
keyboard-
space marine sees an Inquisitor. What has happened almost every single time?
Well, you don't like them because they're always asking
Take our stuff.
asking all these questions. Asking
I
all these
actually,
questions.
since we're on that over 40K,
Asking all
like
those
kind of like have a
questions.
little bit of a break to kind of assess the information of you guys.
Yeah.
I would love to have Endora's come back with the Inquisitor that he went back to.
Indoors? Who's that?
Yeah.
He was my first character.
No,
Long range shooting.
Why did he
he
go
is
with
the
the
demon
Inquisitor?
slayer.
He was fed up with your shit.
With my-
Guys, no, with the group shit.
Hey, all I did was stab him a rare command in the chest.
Anyway, there was a point
That
where
is
I'm like,
the
I
most
can't get the
unheard-
character to stay with the group anymore, so I ended up making him leave, and he went back with the Inquisitor that the group was originally under,
Oh.
and he's back with her.
Well, at the time,
forget her
last
name.
time I saw him, he was with the tech priest with his own little bunker.
Oh yeah, we have seen
Yeah,
him a
when you
couple
guys,
times.
when you guys went to get the Titan. But I think it'd be really interesting to have him and the Lady Inquisitor, the head Inquisitor of the area, to come back and fuck your shit up.
Dude, fuck that
Well,
shit
right.
up.
Yeah, right now, like my character, I had my first spiritual encounter. My character did.
A spiritual
Well,
awakening.
I've had a couple here and there.
You
like,
met with Malal.
no, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
When did I meet with Malal?
He was.
Oh, yeah, no. Bilal's been with us.
All of us have met with Malal.
Yeah,
That's
No,
fine.
my character has
I
not
shook
talked or
the
anything with
guy.
Malal.
No. Bilal's a
Let's
good guy.
check this.
I shook hands with him with my missing arm.
Hmm.
Then an arm.
No, I
tried to
haven't
burn
met
his
Malal.
contract, and he turned my fire into a pen and signed it for
The only time I've run into chaos is I saw the checkerboard room, I saw the sign of chaos in his brain, and
The checkerboard room was wrong.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. My character doesn't know.
But that doesn't mean that you haven't run into them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my character doesn't know that he's run into chaos. The only time I really know for sure I've run into chaos was when all the blood sisters died. And everything was so crazy. Like that's the only time my character knows for sure he's run into chaos.
I gotta start spinning my fate points.
Blood sisters.
Well, yeah,
Sisters of Battle.
Sisters of Battle. Yeah.
Not
crazy
Sisters.
cheese.
Like the ones that you murdered. Those.
Live.
That was the only time for sure my
That
character
was
knows.
for a specific right that he has to do.
Because I haven't.
Yeah, I know.
It's all foresight.
No, I knew for sure. That was the only time my character knew for sure this was chaos
Yeah.
shit.
Which may or may not.
Anyway,
Now,
okay.
I have my official.
Yeah, that whole thing was a horrible, horrible tragedy. That being said, I will use their blood to perform a rite.
You can't.
Rip the demon out of Joey.
You can't.
All right, so back here, what do you guys want to do? You guys are going back, crawling back into the room. Okay.
And what were we doing this for again?
For the coffin, name on the coffins.
Okay, my character he's all for it.
You are
What a-
like cock ready right now.
Like I'm have a Imperium boner right now.
Like you're just like humming the theme of the Imperium. You're just like, hell yeah, let's do this. You're just like filled with a righteous fury.
as I
feel
still
like that for about a turn.
So 6 seconds.
okay.
You get into the room and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Shit,
It's like, yeah.
Should I? No, I need to roll another willpower. No.
As you look back, the panels.
You just slide the panel back in.
Fuck that shit, I'm dead.
Guys,
Yay! I rolled a 5.
Why would you?
I rolled a 5.
You kind of get in. You're just like, I've made it this far. Might as well keep going.
Do I have to keep rolling awarenesses?
No, I'll let you. Awareness is yes.
I got 4.
4 degrees of success. Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at.
Oh, I need to roll
I haven't gotten name.
We have a name at the far right.
So let's go.
We have
name.
a left and then 2.
Let's go on the
I will assist Joel.
Right.
European key.
Okay. So that's the right one.
I'll look at the one in the middle next to Joey so that maybe we don't have to keep looking at each coffin.
So
You could just take decent photographs.
23 here.
Well, that's true.
what was your degrees of success?
I'm sorry, 4 degrees.
Out of what?
Out of I have a 12 out of 36 willpower.
2 degrees of success on the not the same one, the next one, so that we don't have
You
to keep
will
looking
not
at
see
these.
anything. Like,
Go ahead. Is this perception?
yeah, just perception right now.
sorry.
Or awareness. You can do you can roll awareness. That's fine.
That one is a
Oh yeah, I forgot. Awareness is a
24
skill.
out of 32.
I don't have any. I should be
Okay.
taking negatives.
What was the first one you rolled?
Oh, so the first one was from my willpower.
Oh, that was willpower. You're fine.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
That,
fine.
that was me coming into the room going, okay, and
Gotcha.
then like going, fuck this shit.
Yeah, no, both of you guys are fine once you get in there.
Yeah, I was making sure the walk.
You see the script and you know that it's dark script, but you don't.
Understand.
Your brain is literally refusing to understand what this is.
And I go, good brain. You go, cookie later. That's
Right.
okay, sure.
Yeah. So
I'll try to make as
Actually,
you can actually try again on the photos if you really want to, because the photos actually came out nicely. You just didn't. Again, like your brain was literally saying, "That's bad. I'm not gonna understand
no,
this."
It was more like, fuck this shit. I'm not.
okay, I thought the script wasn't visible on it.
So,
No. Like the
I
only one,
sent them in different.
I think the only one was not visible was the one on top right.
The one at the top you cannot
Wait.
see the script on.
Demons are ethereal, right?
Yes,
Hey, buddy.
What's stopping them
character?
from coming in here?
that's a good question.
The Emperor.
the Emperor.
Yeah. Oh, ye of little faith.
That's, he actually says that as like, what's stopping them
Gallic
from coming in here? You're like, the
Azara.
Emperor. The Emperor is coming.
Yeah,
No, that's a good question.
I give Joey a boost. Roll a strength.
Now, do you want me to explain this to you out of character? Why?
Well, he'll just turn on his psi science and he'll look around.
Okay, so you're actually gonna have to roll me a science.
Okay, I'm giving Joey
One.
a boost. Go ahead.
Seriously?
1.
Okay. Okay, cool.
No, we'll do this in a second. Let them do it.
So,
I don't know what they're rolling though.
Now, the reason why